All right, my name is Ethan, and I'm going to be going over my psychological and philosophical idea of the key to achieving everything. So, this is based off of Sigmund Freud's teachings, Charlie Morgan, who's a business teacher, and modern wisdom. I know not incredibly reliable sources other than the psychologist, but also this is just my perspective. So, with that caveat in mind, let's get into it. So, the first is clarity. I think this is the most key to everything. It's foundational to everything. You can't get a single thing done unless you are clear on what you actually want done. This is what should be prioritized the most. The best way to stay clear is to get rid of a bunch of junk food, get rid of a bunch of stimulants, get rid of a bunch of social medias, and obviously, like, it's incredibly difficult to do that. I fluctuate back and forth of like deleting them and re-downloading them, but the more you can kind of just simplify your life, the more clear that you're actually able to get. But the only issue with that is you need some sort of input coming in. And that can either be by doing something, which I would highly recommend more than even learning. Like going out into the real world and experiencing a certain thing is by far the best way to gain clarity. Whether that is a conversation with a friend and a meaningful experience at some sort of event, but what can also supplement that is simply learning. This is an example of it, but learning through better teachers than me, like a book from a well-known psychologist or philosopher or whatever, like your craft is, going and learning real important things will help create that clarity. What is the important thing to understand is know what makes you tick, what motivates you, what gets you out of bed in the morning, what is really your purpose for living, why. This is kind of dark, but why have you not killed yourself? Like, there's obviously a reason why. Why do you wake up every single morning? And once you think of that, like, you can't probably go to a dark place reaching it, but you have to go to that dark place to know, like, why am I here? What do I truly want to do? And once you have that down, you can then go to prioritizing. Now, prioritizing, I feel like in my life, often can be done in the wrong way because everyone wants to have balance. Everyone wants to have the best relationships, the best business, the best physique, the best friends, the best relaxation. But the very, very sad truth is that you need to, if you want to achieve everything you want, you need to have very maniacal focus into one thing and make sure that it is your priority. Like, make sure the time reflects that. And if it doesn't, change it, because you're not going to get where you want to if you're not spending the time actually doing the thing. And you're probably wondering, well, if I'm only focusing on one thing, how do I achieve everything? And the answer to that is periodizing. Now, you can't really go and just say, like, hey, in 1 year, I want to have a business making $1 million monthly. I want to have a physique where I'm 200 pounds lean and stage ready. I want to have the most fulfilling relationship ever, and we just know each other incredibly well. She's the perfect girl for me, or perfect guy, whatever it is. And everything's just perfect about that. Perfect family man, perfect everything. You need to know what you truly, truly care about. That doesn't mean put the other things to the side, but that means put the, like, most amount of time into that one thing. Because Like, you just need to, you need to prioritize, or else it's not gonna get done. So after that, the final bit is don't get distracted / do the fucking work. So right now it's 2026, you may be watching this later, but it's 2026. Everyone's brains get hijacked by 100 different things, and the only real way to fundamentally avoid distraction is to be in more pain by just staying where you are than the pain it takes to progress in what you're doing. So, an example of this is I went to go and do cold calls today for my business. Now, personally, I'm not accustomed to doing cold calls. To me, that is incredibly, incredibly painful. But what would have been much more painful for me would have been me sitting on my bed in defeat saying, wow, I'm such a coward, I can't even make a single call. Like, that would have hit me deep. That would have like destroyed who I am as a person, what my identity is. And that's why you need to have a clear idea of what makes you tick, so you can leverage that to be able to get yourself to do work. So another very important thing to add on to all of this is that you're not going to be able to be in go mode 24/7. You're not going to be able to work 20 hours a day, get 4 hours of sleep, get up in the morning, excited to go. You're probably watching this video right now because you have some sort of motivation cooking in. That's not going to last. It's just not. So you need to prioritize your rest. Like, you prioritize your goal and do the work. But once you do the work, the most high leverage action you can take to make sure that this, whatever goal is achieved in this period as time, the highest leverage action once you get the most important task of the day done is to let yourself rest in ways that don't take you off your course and distract you. And once you're able to rest, you can get to a place where you can go back the next day and you're still ready to go. You're still ready to keep going. You can work for like a 20-hour day, but your next day is fucked. And you're probably still recovering from it the next day. And it's just a ticking time bomb. You want to plan for 10 to 20 years down the line, not 10 to 20 days. So, yeah, I think that's the gist of this video. The key to achieving everything. This is just my life philosophy. If you got something out of it, that's great. If not, I don't know why you're here this long. But yeah, I hope you're able to get something good out of it. And if you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what you would like to see next. Yeah, enjoy.